Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Christian. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm interviewing another targeted individual. This is April from Missouri. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing all right. It's been kind of a rough day, but it's something that we all go through as targeted people with remote neural monitoring. So, um, do you want to tell us kind of what your situation is?
Sure. So I've been under remote control monitoring that I know of for about 6 years. My ex, he put me on it, and for a long time, for years and years, I thought I was crazy. He made me think I was crazy. I tried to be honest with him about what I was going through. I would tell him I'm hearing this and that, and I'm hearing people. I close my ears, and voices go away. Like I don't think this is in my head. And he would tell me that I was crazy. I needed to go to shrink. He would like commit me. So it took a long time for that psychological abuse to wear off. Eventually, I realized that it was him doing this to me, and that it was people doing this to me. I didn't tell him that I knew that, but I knew that.
Right.
I had a baby, and about a year after my baby was born, I left him. And I thought leaving him would make the voices, the abuse, go away, because it wasn't just voices. I mean, the voices are torturous too, but I'm being abused as far as like being burned, not being allowed to sleep, having these horrible nightmares, um, you know, all this sexual stuff, sodomized, also it's been awful. And I thought that would change when I left him. So I left with my baby and moved into my own place, and it didn't change anything. The abuse got worse. It got more frequent. The voices were everywhere all the time at work, night and day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I kind of have learned to cope awful, but I listen to music all the time, and I preach to them. They don't like that. I read Bible scriptures to them, sing Christian songs to them. They do not like that.
It probably makes them
So
feel
that's kind of my way
guilty.
of coping. So yeah, probably they don't
Right.
like it at all, one bit. Sometimes into Christian talk radio, and I'll say in my mind every single word that's come out of the radio. We don't like that either. So anyway, a couple of weeks ago, they stamped up torture and showed me what they're doing to my 4-year-old son. And that was about when I lost my mind, and I started doing researched everything I could about EMF, and I came across the gang stalking, came across all the stuff that people normally see, the tinfoil hats, and I tried everything that I could find to protect myself. None of it works. I should have watched videos years ago. None of that shit works.
Well, I haven't been
um,
I haven't been doing videos for very long. I think I've been putting out videos about 2 years, and then before that I did I talked about it and posted artificial telepathy recordings on SoundCloud for maybe a year and a half, something like that. So before that, um, I was still, and even then, I was still learning, how everything works. I have a really pretty good understanding of it now, of how everything works, and I've tried it all too. I put the aluminum foil on my head, and I put a helmet on and put aluminum foil around that. I even tried to shock myself with a taser one time to
yeah.
change my frequency, to see if I could shake the lock they had on me with the frequency. But
Yeah.
none of that seems to work. I've tried to experiment with magnets, and none of that seems to work. And I thought in the beginning the same thing that everybody else thinks, that there's somebody hiding somewhere nearby with some kind of microwave beam gun or something like that, and that's not how it works either.
Right.
Um, the way it actually works
Mm-hmm.
is they can live virtually as the broadcast. They wear a mind control headset, and while their body's just laying there in their mind, they're living like an outer body experience as the broadcast, and that's what they attack people with. So it is people, and the artificial telepathy, the people talking to you. that's real people, and a lot of people think it's artificial intelligence, and it's not. And the reason they can do it 24/7 is because they can do it in their sleep.
Right. And you know what? Like, I'm just going to be real honest. Like, I was to a breaking point. When I saw they were torturing my child, I was to a breaking point. And I got down on my knees in front of my kid, crying my eyes out, and begged God. I said, show me what to do about this. Like, I cannot take this anymore. Like, what do I got to do? The very next day, I found your videos online and was like, hallelujah. I'm not the only person going through this. Like, this is a real thing. And, like, all your videos about mind control, help, like the headbands and chairs. I've been in the chairs. I know about the stirrups. I've been tortured in those chairs. I guess through my hologram. I've seen when you, there's one video I watched that you made of people where, like, at the end of the session, they'll all jump into you. I've had that happen to me multiple times.
Right.
Watching your videos, like, set me free from my fear of who these people are and what they are doing. Like, now I understand what it is, and I feel like a responsibility to tell truth and to tell people what I'm going through now that I understand what all this is, because it's a nightmare. I can't imagine how many people are going through it and don't know what was happening, you know?
Right. Well, there's a lot of people that are going through this, and I'm honored to be the person that you found that helped you understand this, and I appreciate everybody that watches my videos, and I'm glad to be able to help everybody out. It's something that I'm going through personally as well, even up to the very second right now, you know, and I don't see it stopping until I stop it by either stopping them or getting access to the neural monitoring and turning their ass off. So, you know, I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but obviously something has to be done, and there's a lot of people that are going through this. So, you know, I'm glad to get the information out there and to help everybody else understand it. And I'm glad that people that are going through this, when they find it, they know that I'm going through this, and they know that it's the truth because they're going through the same thing. So it's good that we all can find each other and stick together, and I'm glad you came on to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Yeah, I think we need to rally together because right now, I mean, if these people controlled me for so long. They controlled my thoughts. They controlled, you know, for so long there would be things that were in my head that I know like are not me, you know, just perverted stuff. And the people that torture me are so sadistic, and they're just evil people. They're just evil people, and it's so against nature of who I am that you know, it's been really difficult to deal with. So I think, yeah, the more we talk about it, the more we share the information, people to be open-minded to the fact that we're not crazy. Like, these things are happening. Like, I think it's really important.
Right. Well, it's not a very normal situation. You know, if you're around me and I don't like you and I don't want to deal with you, then, you know, you can go away or I can go away from you, and then it's over with, and I don't have to deal with you. But in this situation, we're forced to have to deal with these people 24/7. They're always talking. We don't like them. We don't want to deal with them, but they won't go away. And their mind is broadcast to us like our mind is broadcast to them, and it's pollution, and it's unpleasant. And if we don't like what they got going on, then they'll torture us. And if we do like what they got going on, they probably would still torture us. You're right, they're evil. And, you know, there's a lot of people that have access to neural monitoring that didn't become gang stalkers. But a friend of mine, I actually just did an interview with him, and he said I think he's the one that told me this, there's two types of evil, or he said that, I think Einstein said this, but he quoted it to me. There's two types of evil, the types of people that commit the evil and the types of people that stand by and do nothing. So that's kind of what these people on mind control that have access to neural monitoring, they see what's going on and they see the torture, and they're not any better than these gang stalkers, but the gang stalkers are the addicts. they're the addicts, and they're the ones that are addicted to the mind control, and they're addicted to the power, and it gives them some sort of sense of relevance. And you know, they're very controlling, evil people, and they're narcissists, and they won't go away. So something's got to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my situation, X is still in my life. Like, we have a child together. And when I first started watching your videos, I was so angry. And I was like, I'm going to confront this MF, you know, like, I'm going to confront him and be like, look, I know. Now I know. First of all, how dare you? And second of all, like, I know, like, I'm going to do something about it. But, you know, like, after I had a few days to marinate in my anger and calm down, I realized that it's not going to do any good because all he's going to do is deny it. It's just going to feed his addiction more, bring it up to his face. Because I tried bringing it up to his face like 1,000 times when we were together, and he always told me I was crazy.
Right.
So, you know what? I'm just going to keep the information to myself.
Well, it's
Be on YouTube talking about
you may
it.
think you will, but they know what you think when they connect to you. They know what you think. So it's hard to keep anything private. There is no privacy anymore with gang stalkers connected to you. But I had the same situation. You know, I was with the girl that put me on neuromonitoring, and I think she put me on it a long time before. But you know, I was with her when this started happening, and I knew that she was behind it all, and I was trying to convince her to give me the neuromonitoring, and you know, no matter how obvious it was, she would just deny it, you know, and I would sit there watching her, you know, talk under her breath like she's talking to herself, but she's talking to somebody with artificial telepathy, and they're letting her know everything that I'm thinking, and you know, I'm like, you know, you're going to prison. She's like, she would say, it's just not real, Kevin. It's just not real. Please get help. Like, okay. So when I told her she was going to prison if she doesn't give me the neuromonitoring, she said, "Bring it, bitch." That's what she told me. So you know what?
Wow.
I've been bringing it ever since then, publicly, and this gets bigger every single day. So I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. I'm not gonna stop bringing it.
And bring that now. Absolutely, we have to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, how is it out there in Missouri?
You know, I mean, there's a lot of churches equal to a lot of strip clubs.
Okay.
The weather's, the weather, the people are pretty nice, but yeah, it's we have 4 seasons here, so it can be 70. Like today, it was 70 degrees. Last week, it was ice and rain all weekend long, and like, you know, 20 degrees outside. So you kind of never know what you're gonna get. But I was born and raised here, and I've grown to love it. So it's the Midwest. Everybody's pretty friendly.
Right.
So.
Is there mountains out there?
Mm-hmm. Say again?
Is there mountains out there?
There's Ozark Mountains, so they're basically like rolling hills. But if you get out in the thick of the country, it is really beautiful. It does look kind of mountainous, but not like the Colorado Rockies or anything like that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm in Atlanta, and I've never been. I've been up and down a little bit, but I've never been west, really, farther than maybe Alabama. So you know, I'm really interested in traveling out that way. So I got this thing. I want to go to California one day to live for like a year or two. You know.
Yeah, I actually have thought about that too because they have mountains and ocean, which is like perfect. You know.
Yeah.
Both. Mm-hmm.
So this targeting thing, I've been dealing with full blown artificial telepathy and EMF broadcasts and everything for about 4 to 5 years. And it was kind of on and off in 2014. And then 2015, when me and her separated, it was full on, and it's been full on ever since. So it's difficult. And I know there's a lot of people that are in our same situation, but a little less because a lot of people don't have the artificial telepathy, and they're just targeted with the broadcast. But you know, to have the full blown experience, it's very difficult because these people want to talk to you 24/7, and you know, it's just I haven't had 5 minutes of privacy. They got to come in if I wake up at 3 a.m. and go take a piss. They got something to say about it, and they've been there. So some of them, I mean, there's always been at least one or two, sometimes three or four, or even more people on my channel, 100% of the time for 4 years solid.
Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you, man. It is so hard. Right now, they're yelling F you over and over and over and over and over and over, like, as loud as they can. There's at least 3 of them yelling at me right now.
Yeah, they're not
Nothing you can do about it. Like, I mean,
they're not appreciating this very much at all. So, you know, a lot of people contact me, and their gang stalkers are never very happy about it because they're whoever starts watching my videos and talking to me, they're gonna find out the truth. And these gang stalkers don't want us to know the truth.
No, they got so, like, even when I was typing out my initial message to you, my whole face was lit up. I mean, they were here and there yelling at me, "Don't you dare hit that send button! Don't you dare hit that send button! You don't know what's gonna happen." I mean, all the threats, and they've amped up the torture ever since we've been in contact, man. Like, I've slept very little the last 2 days, but
yeah, I'm getting it worse too, and I think the more we try to do, the more they're going to try to do, but they can only do so much and still keep it secret. They can't start killing us with microwaves and you know, blowing our eardrums out without it looking pretty damn obvious, especially if we've been talking about this, like these people are doing this to me, and then all of a sudden we're microwave scalded and our eardrums are busted and our eyeballs are burned, then that's going to look pretty damn obvious.
Right. Yeah. They've been doing this thing to me. Like, I don't know if they're trying to, like, permanently cross my eyes, but do they ever do that to you? Or it's like, I don't know what they do, but they're like shining something that makes my eye go lazy. It drives me nuts, man, at work, because I'm on a computer all day at work.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, like, type, and it's hard to see, and it drives me crazy.
They do all sorts of things to me. They do all sorts of things to me. I don't think I've experienced that, but I may have. I mean, they go into my eye with the broadcast, so they just kind of gave me an example just now right then. Not very cool, but yeah, so they've been attacking my stomach a lot the last couple of days. It's been really severe. So,
I saw your video. Poor man.
Yeah, it's rough. It is.
It's awful.
Well, I'm kind of running.
And I've actually noticed.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead real quick.
I was just gonna say, I've kind of noticed, like, the places that they attack me the most, you can tell over time, like, there's dots that don't match my skin. Like, you can tell.
Yeah, they do cause some sort of damage over time. It takes them a while. It seems like but it does cause damage over time. So, but look, I'm running out of time right now. I was wondering if you have a YouTube channel or anything like that you might want to tell the viewers to check out or anything like that.
Well, I am on YouTube. My name is April Steve on YouTube, and I'm going to start doing stuff like this because I think it's important for us to talk about this. So I'm probably going to, I put 10 pictures this last few torture sessions, and I'm seeing some stuff, so I think I'm going to start posting similar stuff that you do, talking about what's happening to me. So I'm out for that, and I'll definitely post your stuff on my page as well. So
right, I'll help you promote that, and I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, but we're out of time. So everybody, this is April from Missouri, and I'm Kevin Christian, and we are on Remote Neural Monitoring.